Hello, all you lovely, lovely people. You sexy individuals that like to watch this really shitty podcast. I joke. It's fantastic because I'm on it. Anyways, well, shit, this weekend. TJ Dillashaw versus Henry Cejudo. Holy crap. What a fun fight. I thoroughly enjoyed, well, pretty much the entire card. The entire card was pretty fun from top to bottom. I actually watched from the first fight to the actually, I take that back. I didn't watch that first welterweight fight, but I watched the second one in Jeff Neal and Bilal Muhammad. And yeah, from that point on, it was just great. You had Corey Sandhagen. What the hell, man? That guy just I don't know what to say about that guy. In his previous fight against what's his name? Yuri Alcantara. Man, that was fun. Anyways, we'll get to that later. Let's talk about Henry Cejudo and TJ Dillashaw. Jeez, golly gosh, man. These guys. What to say about these guys? Well, first of all, stoppage. Personally, I didn't think there was anything wrong with the stoppage. I mean, what would we prefer to see? Do we prefer to see a guy get stopped early or get stopped late? I mean, for those old school UFC fans that that have just bleed like tattooed to their chest and they're screaming, maybe they prefer it to go a bit later, but I prefer it to be stopped early. But in saying that, I don't think it was stopped that early. I mean, if you go back and watch, TJ Dillashaw was dropped quite a few times. It's not like he got dropped once and the fight was stopped. He got dropped about two or three times, and he was shooting for a single leg on an Olympic gold medalist. So if that single leg what he thought was going to save him, shit. I mean, it most likely wasn't. Even when he gave up on the single leg and just decided to stand up, that's when he copped that left hook and he went fell flat on his back again, and then continued trying to shoot for that single leg again. It was getting nowhere with it. Every time he grabbed onto the leg, Cejudo just quickly spun to the back. Beautifully mad. It was great. So yeah, I don't see that as a quick stoppage. Actually, let's see if I can go. Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna try something different. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so here's the fight here. So these are in frames. So let's see. Well, it decided to do that. So this is where the left hook comes. So see, he just bailed on the single leg because he figured I'm not getting this, and every time he tried to grab something, nothing happened. Oh, was that actually? Oh, it seems it was a right uppercut there. So the right uppercut tagged him, which probably put him on Dream Street again. And there's left hook. Watch it. Watch it. Ga-dunk. Look at that. Twist his head and everything. I can't see where it hit exactly, but it looked like it hit him right on the jaw. But as soon as that shot hit, it was... Look at the way he falls. He's not trying to brace himself or anything. Here he goes, trying to brace himself kind of, but he's really just going down. And then Henry Cejudo just follows up with just a barrage of shots. So, well, could he have recovered? Maybe. But, I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Who really cares? The fact of the matter is, he couldn't save himself in that. It was like what, a 10-second barrage as soon as he went down. Let's have a look. When did the initial damage start? So I think it was. So he's moving around, doing his dancing. Goes for that overhand right, so that's at 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Goes that overhand right. So look at that, Henry Cejudo slips it like a boss. Good drink. Slip City. Oh, has my computer decided to freeze? It has. It has. Oh god. Alright. Well, it seems we're gonna have to bail on that one. Anyways, yeah, so personally I didn't think the stoppage was bad. I'm not complaining about the stoppage whatsoever. I thought it was more than fine. But hey, now what are we gonna say about what's happening with the division? I mean, on the mic in the same sentence, Henry Cejudo says, I'm saving the flyweight division. Me winning saves the flyweight division. But then he says, then he calls out TJ Dillashaw and challenges him at 135. So it's like, if your next fight's not going to be a flyweight, and we just had a flyweight that deserves a title shot on this exact same card win a fight, how are you saving a division? I get it, you're looking out for your legacy, but maybe don't say you're saving a division and then say I'm going up to 135, because that kind of crumples the division. I mean, with Demetrius Johnson going over to 1 and Henry Cejudo saying he wants to go up to 135, and then in the post-fight press conference saying like he really struggles to make the weight and he's probably going to end up at 135. It's like, Jesus, this isn't the way to save the division. The powers that be, and like Dana White and I don't know what that organization's called that owns them now. I don't know. I don't see that as being the message that needs to be sent. Personally, anyways, I could be wrong. I mean, maybe the flyweight division is saved. Jeez, I hope so. Joseph Benavidez deserves that shot. Actually, let's move to that fight. It's a good segue to that. Sorry guys, I want to make this nice and short. It's already 6 minutes I spent on the first fight. So yeah, so Henry Cejudo and Dustin Ortiz. I mean, shit, was that fight not just a scramble fest? How can you not watch that and go, just wow? Like, I wrestled for about 2 minutes and I am so goddamn exhausted. There's no way I can go another 2 minutes. Not that well, anyways. Not at that technical ability. I don't have much technical ability to begin with, but like the way they were wrestling, like for all 15 minutes, they were going at just such a high pace and keeping up that technical ability all the way through. Because obviously, when you get tired, the first thing to give up is really that technical ability. You start going just whatever, and then it's weird. You get tired and you stop using technique and you start using strength. It's a weird contrast, but yeah, that was a great fight. Well, Dustin Ortiz kind of had to win that fight if he ever wanted to get a title shot. Let's have a look at his current record, because he has had a good run. I mean, his previous loss to Benavidez was Brandon Moreno, but then after that he had 2 knockouts and 1 decision against guys that I'm not too familiar with, to be honest. But he's fought, all the guys that he's lost to are guys that have fought for the title, and say, Ian McCall kind of fought for the title, I guess you could say, but John Moraga, Joseph Benavidez, Wilson Hayes, Joseph Omega, he's fairly overdue for a title shot, I'd say. But saying that, what does his record have? He's beat Sasaki, Ben 10, and Sergio Pettis. I mean, with a run like that, you kind of deserve a title shot. And his previous losses, once again, come from title challenges in Ian McCall, John Dodson, Joseph Benavidez, Henry Cejudo, and Ray Borg. Jeez, John Dodson, what's going to happen with him? I mean, he can go down to flyweight now and do something, although he's 34. He's had a bit of a rough run as of late. Lost a split decision to Marlon. Jeez, guys that he's fought at bantamweight, that's crazy. He's fought John Lineker, Eddie Wineland, Marlon Moraes, Pedro Munoz, and Jimmy Rivera. That's a who's who of the current top 10. That's ridiculous. And he destroyed Eddie Wineland. Eddie Wineland have even come back from that very well. Let's have a look. No, he's lost both his fights that he came back from. Yeah, no good. Okay, I'm kind of getting off track now. Okay, where was I at? I think I was talking about Dustin Ortiz. I believe I was. Yeah, so Dustin Ortiz, he kind of had to win that fight if he was ever going to get a title shot. I mean, what's he going to do now? At what age? 30? I mean, he could still make a crack at it, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough run when you've lost twice to Joseph Benavidez, who's kind of the gatekeeper of the flyweight division. It's going to be a tough run to get anywhere near that title. Although you haven't lost to the actual title holder, so if the title holder decides to just go on a run and destroy everyone else, fuck it, you're going to get that title shot, I guess. Yeah, so that fight was just incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, that could have that could have gotten fight of the night really, because it was just non-stop. I know it was. I understand it was a grappling match as opposed to a like a slugfest, but it was a fun grappling match. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoy that. And speaking of grappling matches, let's go to Greg Gillespie and Yancy Medeiros. Woo, woo, Jesus Christ! Yancy Medeiros in a 10-minute fight only landed one strike. I don't even know what that was. It was probably a kick, like a leg kick or something like that. Maybe it was a punch. Who knows? But one strike. He landed one to 50 something to Greg Gillespie's 50 something strikes. And man, the way Gregor won that fight, it was just pure, just wrestling domination. He grabbed that body lock where he just get around. Oh, can you see him? Just grab around the body, just hold on nice and tight, keep the head in, and really just smothered him. It was brutal. Yeah, that Greg Gillespie, man, he's on a 5-fight stoppage streak, I think. Well, he's 11-0. In the UFC, he's won 6 in a row. 5 of those coming via stoppage, none making the third round. So, and he's had two performances of the nights and 1 fight of the night. So, hell, he may use a lot of wrestling, but he gets stoppages and he does get fight of the nights and performance of the night. So, yeah, I didn't find that fight boring. I quite enjoyed it, to be honest. And winning against a guy like Yancy Medeiros, it's a name. It's a good name. It's not a bad name to have under your cap. I mean, Yancy Medeiros, who has he fought? He's fought Greg Gillespie, Donald Cerrone, Alex Oliveira, Eric Silva, Sean Spencer, Francisco Trinaldo, John McDessie, Dustin Poirier, Joe Proctor, Jim Miller, Eve Edwards. Jeez, he's Yancy Medeiros, man. Jesus Christ. The names on his hit list, or he is a name on some people's hit list too, I guess. But still, yeah, beating a guy like that, solid effort. Real solid effort. You got to give him a top. I don't think Yancy was in the top 15, so you got to give him a top 15. Yeah, I don't think Greg is for top 15, so give him someone there. Let him start climbing those ranks properly. It's been good. I mean, this is what I like to see. I like to see a slow rise. Let these prospects develop their skills until they finally get that title shot or start sniffing a title shot. Now, let's move. Speaking of title shots, Paige VanZant. Kidding. Not getting a title shot anytime soon, but that was a good showing from Paige VanZant. She did manage to. She was getting dominated in that first round. She was getting messed up. It was not pretty. It was not pretty at all. She was getting taken down. Ostovich was throwing that overhand right that was clipping VanZant and then obviously taking off focus a bit. And then Ostovich would just grab a hold of the legs, or she was even getting body lock takedowns. VanZant tried to get. She grabbed the body lock and tried to go for the inside trip. She missed. Well, she got it. But then Ostovich managed to, because she must be a pretty decent wrestler, because as soon as she got taken down, she immediately reversed the position and got on top. So she must have some real good, control in wrestling. Yeah, that was impressive. Paige VanZant was on her back, copying punches, defending submissions for the entire first round. You could see on her face, she just looked shocked. She just had that face like, oh man, what do I do? What do I do? This is just, feels like every round's going to go like this. But in that second round, Rachel Ostovich was still being dominant, still being completely and utterly dominant. She made one mistake, just one minor mistake where she fell off the back. She got overexcited, jumped, she was holding the back, she fell off the top. And then Paige VanZant just swooped in. She has some serious killer instincts and killer grappling instincts, grappling killer instincts. It's good to see. She took that back, wasn't letting go of it. Eventually started falling off, but as she's falling off, she's grabbing onto an arm, and as she's losing the arm, she's readjusting. Eventually, she readjusted, got the submission and the quick tap, and she pretty much called her own fight. The ref didn't see the tap, so she let go. She must have hurt Rachel's arm because she was in a sling and whatnot afterwards. She was grabbing her arm. She looked in quite a bit of pain. She was crying, but I think she was crying because she lost the fight, not because of the pain. So yeah, that was a good fight as well. That was really exciting. I guess we'll quickly talk about Greg Hardy and Alan Crowder. That was That's what it was. It just was. Greg Hardy showed his inexperience through an illegal knee to the head of Alan Crowder. He was on two knees, and as he put one knee up, Greg Hardy just put both hands on his head and just hammered him. It was bad. It was absolutely ruthless. So yeah, that happened. So I guess Greg Hardy got his first loss, and that was one of the worst things that could have happened to for Greg Hardy. But I don't know. If he really did hit a woman, I mean, Jesus, do we really care? I don't. Let's move on. Glover Teixeira, man, I'm so glad to see him get a win. I did not pick him to win this. I know he was going up against pretty much a middleweight coming up on very late notice. I don't know. I didn't think Glover's chin would hold up, and I was kind of right when he went for that takedown and he copped some Travis Brown elbows to the side of the head. He collapsed. It was like someone just flicked that switch and he went down. It's fairly brutal. Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, well, there's one pick that I got right, and no, because he didn't reverse. He got mounted. He was getting absolutely hammered because when he went down. He was on Dream Street, and Carl Robinson tried to capitalize the best he could, but Glover, I guess he is a high level in jiu-jitsu because the way he reversed those positions and he got mounted, but then he ended up getting back to half guard, and when he got to that half guard, he used that underhook, the post up on his forearm. So he got, I think it was the left underhook, so he posted up on the right arm, on the right forearm, and it's kept on going up until he turned into a single leg. The single leg wasn't working, so he turned into a double leg. Or maybe he turned into a single leg and then just immediately, not that it wasn't working, he just went straight for the double leg, picked him up, slammed him down, straight into mount. Double leg takedown, straight into mount. That is impressive. And then just started punching him, just went for a head and arm, couldn't get it, readjusted, and eventually got the head and arm. So that was really impressive. Always good to see Glover Teixeira get a win, especially now that he's ranked down at 12, which I don't think is entirely fair. He should be ranked a little bit higher than that, I think. I mean, he's had a couple of good wins now. Let's have a little squiz at his record. Oh, okay, so his previous fight to this was against Corey Anderson, which he lost, but previous to that was Misha Sokunov. That was a good win, but that was another fight where he got clipped and ended up winning the fight by taking it to the ground. But yeah, he keeps on getting clipped. He's getting touched a few times in these fights. He's doing the stinky leg a bit worrisome, but hey, he still gets a win. All right, let's move on to Donald Cerrone and Alexander Hernandez. And this should have been the co-main event. I guess they wanted to put it as the main event for the prelims, so that would be something cool. But the prelims were good enough, really. For prelims on a free card, I mean, that was sensational. Especially if you know what you're looking at. I mean, when you see Corey Sandhagen, you can't complain. When you see Dennis Bermudez, I mean, get around that. You see Bilal Muhammad, that's always fun. Joanna Calderwood, that's always good too. So, I mean, it really didn't need Donald Cerrone and Alex Hernandez on there. That should have been up as the co-main event of the main card. But Jesus Christ, Donald Cerrone. This is another fight I picked wrong as well, actually. I thought Hernandez was going to do exactly what he did, but I thought it would work. And it did work, but I thought it would get the finish. For the first 2.5 minutes, it looked as though Alex Hernandez was going to have his way with Donald Cerrone. It was looking kind of nasty. He clipped him a few times. You could see Donald Cerrone was hurt. He was kind of disguising a little bit. You'd see his footwork was kind of off, about a minute in when he got caught with I think it was a right hand, and it kind of just caught him off guard. So, oh shit! He started backing up. But he had the right. He's a vet, man. He's an absolute vet, and he just waited and waited and waited until he just found his moment, and then he just kept on finding his moment, and then in that second round, set him up for that head kick, which, well, I don't know the technical aspect of how he set up the head kick, but it seemed as though he was just he landed a few body shots early, and then I don't know, just went up to the head later on. It was good. Put him down, and this was one of those stoppages where it was similar to the TJ stoppage where Alex Hernandez was still grappling, trying to get back to his feet, and then it was stopped, but no one made any complaints about this one. I don't know. Bit weird. Oh well, it is what it is. Always good to see Donald Cerrone get a win, especially seeing he's always gone up against these young guns. It's brutal, absolutely brutal. And then afterwards he said, "Oh, afterwards, oh, please tell me." There we go. Yeah, I thought my mic wasn't working. Afterwards he gave a brief, like a little call out to Conor McGregor, and then Conor McGregor tweeted and much obliged, saying it was actually kind of funny. He's like, with a performance like that, I'll grant you a fight. Congratulations, like. It would be an honor for you to fight me. So, I don't know, weird. It's funny. He really is the king, isn't he? That was that. Anyway, that was good. It was good to see Calderwood get a win, especially the way she got it using her grappling. That was really unexpected. She was being so hyped about her stand up, and then early in that first round, Lipsky just absolutely just raged at her, just went nuts, and actually caught Calderwood a bit, and then Calderwood just switched straight to the grappling and almost smit her in that first round, and then just continued grappling and clinching, and yeah, Lipsky had nothing for it. It was good, really good. 3 wins for Calderwood. That puts her in the title contention. I was going to get that fight, but hey, depending on when that fight is, she might be able to wait it out and get a title shot herself. I mean, that division needs contenders. Here we go. Here's a contender. Don't waste it. If you're going to give her a fight, give her a dead set, easy fight just to keep it going and say she's got a 4-fight win streak. Don't give her another contender to destroy another contender, because I don't know, you put 2 contenders together at this stage, you're just killing off a contender. It doesn't matter who wins, a contender's being killed off. There's no point doing that. No point giving her eye if they decide that Shevchenko can't fight for whatever reason. No point giving her eye. Let eye wait, get her title shot, give Yone Calderwood a much, like a very low level fight. So yeah. Anyways, this has been going for a bit. It's about 20 minutes in. I say we call it. What do you say? Yep, cool. Yeah. Oh shit. See, I have all these graphics I'm supposed to put up. I actually made them so I could put them up as I'm talking about the fights, but I always forget. It's not good, man. It's not good. Shame on me. Anyways, we shall call it. Peace out. I should probably say. And also, just so you guys know, I'm a TJ fan. I mean, check this out. Woohoo! All about that TJ life. So, just because I'm happy for Cejudo winning and I don't think it was a late stoppage, an early stoppage, or I'm not sulking about the stoppage, doesn't mean that I'm not a fan of TJ. Fucking love TJ. His first fight with Barao was just like, oh my god. It was insane. It was such a big step up in ability. Anyways, cool. I guess I should thank Scammer Scammer. I do Jiu-Jitsu there, but thanks Scammer Gym. And Aussie Pet Doors. Yeah, all good. Peace out, homies.